Alright, so Santa has finally finished delivering all of the wonderful presents around the world, and now the Christmas noobs are in session, and they are having a horrible time getting absolutely smashed by all of us in Black Ops 3. It's great, and I love it. 10 out of 10. I do love Christmas. It's a wonderful time of the year. But today, this is going to be a sort of mini-series, or hopefully not a mini-series. I would like to build it up into an actual sort of series, but I wanted to create a series called Special Class Sunday, where basically I get a special class, and then I go in on a Sunday to a couple of games. It can depend on what game type you guys want me to play, but pretty much I go into a game type, and then I just have some fun, try and get my streaks, get a nice bit of gameplay, and in the video that I make around the class that you have all given me, you get to see how I went with that class, and what I found to be difficult, or what I found to be a little bit easier about the class, and we can talk about that, and you guys can just basically get to see how I went with that class, and you can change how that happens every week. So you can be very creative with these classes that you might recommend for me. They can be as wacky as like a specially themed knifing class or something like that, or maybe even something really weird. It could be a try-hard class, it could be a camping class, it could be whatever you want. That's why I've gone with something specially themed festive with a Santa class. This is what I picture Santa to use if he ever decided to play Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and that's why I thought I would have some fun with this class and just try and get a couple of things to go. So, yeah, this is kind of a little bit of a preview of what you guys could create. You guys can affect my videos, and you guys get to see how I go with these sorts of different classes that you can decide. Alright, so getting to the bare bones of what this class is. It's a class that's been designed for Santa if he was to play Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So he's finished delivering all of his presents for the year, and he's thought to himself, you know what? Everyone wanted to get Black Ops 3 this year, so I'm gonna sit down and play a bit of Black Ops 3, and I'm gonna teach these Christmas noobs how to really play COD. And he pretty much just gets a chance to go in, kill some nubs, and yeah, so pretty much it's a LMG, of course, because Santa is a big guy. He needs a big gun, of course. He doesn't run around with a pistol or something like that. He needs an LMG. So that's why the dingoes seem to scream out to me, because I'm Australian and dingoes are in Australia, so I was just like, that's it. That's me. You know, that's totally it. So, yeah, I chose that. I didn't really think as if Santa needed the reflex sight, because the iron sight seems to do the trick. And, of course, we've got air support in terms of score streaks. I did have the HCXD at the very start, but I switched that out because I didn't find it to be that useful. It only managed to get me, like, a kill or two, like, per game, considering how easy they are to use. But yet I don't want to use it because it just takes so long. It's like a good 30 seconds to use overall on average for me, like to actually use them and then get a kill with, and the boost is not very good at all. It takes like, it only boosts you forward like a meter or two, and it just kind of sucks, to be honest. So that's why I took that out and switched that out for the lightning strike later on. But yeah, the dart is supposed to act as a express sort of delivery system for the presents, and it's going to deliver some explosives to the enemy as fast as possible. I did notice that the dart is a bit difficult to control, so because it doesn't have as much maneuverability, I would recommend using it mainly on open maps, for example Fringe or Hunted, so that way it's easier to see your targets. But don't forget about those homing missiles that come with the dart. I think you get 2 or 3 goes with them, so don't forget to use those as well. And then the third score streak I was building up towards was the Rolling Thunder, of course, because, I mean, Santa has probably lost a couple of his reindeers, considering how many kids run around with launchers in this game. They've probably shot a couple of his reindeers down, so he's probably lashed out and figured, you know what, I'm going to use these sort of Rolling Thunder drones to take a couple of these kids out. So I suppose you could say that the Rolling Thunder serves as Santa's reindeer suicide bombers. But we've got those going in the air as well, so I managed to get them a couple of times, which was nice. They managed to get me a few kills, but of course they didn't really go exactly into town, but I suppose it was kind of okay-ish. And now, in terms of Specialist, I was running the gravity spikes for a little bit, but Overdrive was what I used for the main amount of time, because of course Santa, he's a big guy, but for some reason he's got the sprinting ability of Usain Bolt, so yeah, he delivers a present super fast, so he needs that speed boost. He uses the Overdrive, of course, to flank around enemies and get them, like, you know, shoot them in the ass before they even know what's going on. In terms of perks, I would say that the only one that stood out was Blast Suppressor, and that's because everyone wakes up and the presents are just mysteriously there. They've just appeared out of nowhere. So, of course, Santa has to have some kind of thing that, suppresses his sound, and people can't exactly tell where he's coming from. So, that's why I chose Blast Suppressor. The rest of them were kind of standard sort of perks. I think I put Tac Mask, and I think Anti-Up was the only special one that I chose that I don't normally use. I wouldn't recommend it, though, if you're going to use a low streak, because I think it only gave me like a very small bonus, like 25 points or like 100 or something like that when I was using the HCXD. So yeah, don't start off too low if you're going to use Anti-Up. Moving on from that, though, the playstyle was just kind of pretty simple. Try and be aggressive and get up in kids' grills, because when using the LMG, I had this whole idea of stand and deliver, and then once the enemy is dead, move up. That was just kind of how I played through it. And this is the kind of reason why I had the C4 there. It's just kind of there for clutch kills and dropping it in on rooms where kids are trying to camp in and stuff like that. This was a really nice sort of wall run. Drop it in there, C4 alarm goes off, and then, just hit that detonator and kids blow up. So yeah, that was pretty nice. I was really happy with that kill, and I was just like, yeah, this is what I wanted to use the class for. So some of you might be wondering, of course, at this point, Kiv, you've been talking about this class for so long. When do I get to know how I can affect these videos? That's what this part is for right now. You guys can choose whatever class you want me to choose. For me, of course, it has to be 10 out of 10 in the Pick 10 system. You guys have to choose all 3 score streaks and which specialist. If you really want to, you can tell me what sort of playstyle you want me to go with as well, because I would really appreciate it if you guys could tell me, I want you to use this equipment in this kind of way, just like I did with the C4. What I'm trying to say is that you guys can go into as much or as little depth as you want to. It can be very extremely realistic, like a realistic military class, or you can even choose which game types you want me to play. But you can also not go into as much depth, and that's perfectly fine as well. As long as I have something to have a go with, then I'll give it my best shot. So yeah, that's why I wanted to try and introduce this class with, and yeah, I hope you have all enjoyed this video with the special Santa class, and hopefully we can get this into a big long-standing series. So anyway, I guess that's just about it from me. I hope you've all enjoyed this video, and I guess I'll see you all on the next episode. I've been Ace Hawk, or otherwise known as Kiv, and I'm out.